This wind is crazy.
30 miles per hour. I love that everything has its own bag. It makes organization really easy.
But they are super firm. It doesn't feel like this thing is going anywhere.
How clean and clear that is. You can really see right through that super easily. And there's plenty of space. I feel pretty comfy. I can move around if I need to. Tent poles are outdated, out of style, and out the door. And inflatable tents are in. They are so much better than the traditional tent. This is the RBM Outdoor Panda Medium inflatable tent. I'm going to unbox it and tell you why it is the best tent that you will ever own. And we're setting it up in 30 mile per hour winds. This is what the box looks like straight from the postman. I love the logo on the front with the panda there. We're gonna open this up. Immediately opening the box, there's a beautiful greeting card. This picture is awesome. It just gets me pumped for camping. The first item we see is a nice accessory bag. The color is earth yellow, but I'd describe it as a gorgeous gold with black interior. The material is nice and thick. It has two carrying straps, a pretty high quality zipper, in addition to a couple of buckles to keep everything packed up tightly. Underneath that, you'll find the Rainfly. It's made of a waterproof PVC material. It feels pretty high quality. It's got a handful of tie-down ropes already attached. That's super convenient. And they're attached to the Rainfly with steel and canvas so it doesn't rip off in high winds. I love those considerate details. Next, you'll find these clear plastic windows. These are the big ones that go on the back door, and it's got these thick, durable zippers with the RBM logo on it. Here's the other clear plastic window. This one is for the giant skylight, and just look at how clean and clear that is. You can really see right through that super easily. This one has a strip of velcro that you attach to the top of the window and then zippers for the rest of the way around. Then we have this small drawstring bag, and check this thing out. It is reinforced on the bottom so nothing can pierce through it. That is a tough bag, and on the inside we'll find some tie-down ropes and some stakes. And these are probably the highest quality stakes that I've ever seen in my life. No more aluminum stakes that bend whenever you're hammering them into the ground. They're made from a tough steel. There's a hook or a hole that you can attach the rope to, and even the tie-down ropes have a nice little steel piece here for easy and secure attachment to the stakes. Here we have the actual tent itself inside a nice big carrying bag. It's a little heavy at 80 pounds. I'm going to knock my camera over as we're trying to get it out of the box there. And just check this out. What a good looking carrying bag. They did not miss with the aesthetics of this package. We've got thick, strong carrying straps on each side of the bag here, a drawstring to keep everything tightly packed in, two additional carrying straps on the front and back. Instructions to set up the tent are sewn right into the carrying bag. I love that. And it also has two big beefy buckles to keep everything packed in tightly. Unclip the buckles and there is a big protective flap to keep everything clean and safe during transit or storage. The bag is oversized so everything fits nicely back in whenever you put it away. I love that everything has its own bag. It makes organization really easy. Inside this bag is a sweet multi-tool hammer. This thing is going to come in handy more times than I can count. Feels nice and heavy duty. It comes with a pocket knife, a hook, a bottle opener, and a hand saw. That's great if you ever end up forgetting any of your camping tools, and it even has a nail puller in the back. There's a few more things wrapped up in the tent, but before we can unroll it, there are two straps with buckles to keep it tightly bound while in storage. Unrolling the tent, we find three more drawstring bags, all three of them a thick canvas material. In the smallest bag, you'll find an extra receiving end, the inflation valve, and a PVC patch kit in case you like to poke holes in stuff. In the next bag, you'll find a bunch more of those high quality stakes. I think we're going to have way more than we need, which is fantastic. I'd rather have too many than not enough. And finally, we have a nice big hand pump. Love the logo on the front. There's a PSI gauge on the top so you don't overinflate your tent, and some wings to plant your feet on to hold it down while you're pumping up your tent. I started off by putting down an 8x10 tarp to keep the mud off the bottom of the tent. This did not come with the package, but I did use the stakes that came with the tent to stake it down. I plop the tent down onto the tarp, start rolling it out, and I'm looking for the RBM logo because I know that is where the front door is going to be. Once I figure out where the front door is, I move the tent around to get it in place on the tarp. Then I stake down all four corners and I'm ready to start pumping. The inflation valve is located in the back corner of the tent. It's right here underneath a protective hood. Make sure the bleeder valve is closed all the way so the air isn't coming out while you're pumping. Attach the hose to the pump, attach the correct nozzle, screw the nozzle into the inflation valve, and then you can start pumping up your tent. Pumping some more, and with a little bit of guidance, it will pop right into place. Once the tent is standing, you'll want to keep pumping until the little needle points in the green area between 6 and 8 psi. The whole process only took me about 2 minutes. Now you can close your valve, cover it up, and because it was extremely windy, I had to go right inside and close up any windows that were not already zipped.
This wind is crazy.
Once I got everything zipped up and secured, I staked this thing down as much as I could to hold it in place even though it was standing pretty strong against the wind. The tension straps on all the rain flaps felt nice and secure. I didn't have any worries that this thing was going to blow away, even as it was getting pummeled with winds that were over 30 miles per hour. Each corner had 2 D-rings because there is a second layer of this waterproof PVC material to keep the rain out, so I pulled the skirt down and put 1 stake through both D-rings. And there she is, nice and secure from these high winds. This thing is not going anywhere. And before I close up these back doors, I'll pull these up and show you the mesh bug netting right underneath. Here's the giant skylight on the roof that we're going to also roll up and reveal that bug netting underneath. It has a bunch of extra zippers so we can attach the plastic window if we want, which we're also going to do. And as you can see, these giant heavy-duty zippers make it super easy to connect them and zip this up to protect the inside from the elements if it starts to get really windy or rainy. It's safe to say that these tents will keep you safe, dry, and warm no matter what weather is thrown at you.
You can see that I still have a bag full of stakes here. I mean, they really just give you a ton of stakes to use, which is great because I definitely needed it. Look at how windy it is. This is crazy. And these tubes on the inside here, I'll show you an inside view in a minute, but they are super firm. It doesn't feel like this thing is going anywhere.
In the meantime, while we're waiting for the wind to go down, I'm going to set up my sleeping bag and show you how much space there is in here when I lay down. And there's plenty of space. I feel pretty comfy. I can move around if I need to. And I still have half the tent if I want to set up a table, have my cooler in here, all my food supplies, extra firewood, and of course the wood-burning stove. And the tent is tall enough that I could put a cot in here if I didn't want to be sleeping on the ground. Checking out the interior, there is a pocket here that you can put your phone, wallet, any of your valuables, and there's another one on the other side of the tent there. There's a little zipper here where you can run an extension cord into the tent, and you can either run it along the floor wherever you need power, or you can actually run it up here along the inflatable frame of the tent by unzipping the canvas from the frame and then running your wire through there and zipping it back up. Speaking of the frame, there are Velcro strips on the bottom of the tent and on the bottom of the legs of the frame, and they're supposed to be connected like this one in the corner over here. Obviously that's an easy fix. I could just deflate a little bit and then connect that foot. But I wanted to point out that extra feature because it shows you how much work they put into making sure that these tents are nice and sturdy. There's also a line hanging along the top of the tent so you can hang stuff up for extra storage, and it's tied in a way that you can easily slide it either way to either loosen it or tighten it up however you want it. Then there is a bleeder valve on the inside of the tent, and that will automatically let air out if you accidentally overfill it, and you can also manually let some air out of there if you need to. And as you can see, at 6 to 8 psi, this frame is solid. I was thoroughly surprised at how strong this inflatable frame is. Then of course we have some fireproof material to protect your tent so you don't burn it down while you're staying toasty, and it toggles in place and has some Velcro. And on the outside there is a waterproof flap that secures with Velcro, and you can roll that up, toggle it in place, and then you have your stove jack. While we're outside, I'll show you the front door zips closed and has some Velcro as well. And back on the inside, the bottom PVC waterproof material has about 6 inches that it comes up from the floor to keep any water that is settling on the ground from getting inside your tent and getting you all wet. Now that the wind has died down, we can open up all these windows. They just unzip, and then you can roll them up and toggle them in place. I'm going to do that with both of these side windows and also both of the front windows. And I noticed that if you roll up the windows towards the inside, it doesn't look great. You can see on the right side there. So when I did the left side, I rolled it up towards the outside and toggled it into place, and that looked a lot better. So if you're worried about aesthetics, definitely roll it towards the outside. To open the waterproof flap on the big skylight, you have to first unzip the bug netting, then you can roll it up, toggle it in place, and zip the bug netting back up. Next, I'll roll up the waterproof flaps on the front doors and toggle those into place. Then to open up the vents on the top corners of the tent, there's a stiff piece of material here that has Velcro that sticks up to the rain flap, and you can do that on both sides. And on the inside corners, you just unzip this little triangle, and then you can roll that up and toggle it so it's out of the way. And finally, on the back of the tent, you can unvelcro and unzip, roll up, and toggle into place the waterproof flaps to open up these giant back doors. And now you have everything opened up, so you can let in the fresh breeze and the sunlight, all while keeping those pesky bugs out. It looks like a beautiful home from the outside, and it's kind of dark from far away, but don't get naked or anything, because when you get up close, you can see right in there past the bug screen. Here's the view from the front, and doesn't that just look so cozy? I want to get in there and take a nap. Then you can roll up and toggle the bug netting for a wide open space and let in as much fresh air as you please. Release all of that funky tent air from last night. It certainly beats the broom and dustpan, and this tent is toddler approved.
What do you think of the tent? Do you like it?
It's good.
It's good?
Yeah.
Alright. Can you give the tent a big thumbs up? Good job.
And of course, if you want those wide open views, but you don't want the people in the tent next door to see you out there and start making conversation, talking to you, asking you about your nice new tent, you can then install the giant clear plastic windows. It's very easy to do. You just roll it out, connect the zipper, zip it up, and it's as easy as that. A simple wave will have to suffice for the chatty neighbors. But if your wife is getting too chatty inside the tent, you can still unzip this giant door, roll it up, toggle it into place, and get the heck out of there. The giant skylight on the side of the roof attaches in a similar way, only this one attaches with velcro on the top and then zips the rest of the way around. And there you have it. You can enjoy your wide open views while being protected from the elements outside. You can look out the skylight at the stars and the moon at night, or you can look out the back window at the sunrise or the sunset. This plastic is super clear. I'd even think that some of those wrinkles would come out over time, especially if you are heating this thing up on the inside with the stove. What a gorgeous tent with a ton of potential for those picturesque camping trips. I am absolutely in love with this tent. I cannot wait to use it. It was super easy to set up, super quick, very easy and quick to set up the windows or the bug netting. It's very comfortable and spacious on the inside. You can fit 2 to 4 people in here, even with the stove set up, and enjoy the beauty of the great outdoors from the safety of my comfortable RBM Outdoors inflatable tent.